Hey, hey, hey. Hey, everyone. Hope you're doing well. I know you're checking in, so I'm giving you the view. I hope you're having a beautiful a day as we are here in Tanzania. Honey, where are you going? I thought you were going to be here. hmm So, one of the questions I keep getting asked a lot in email is Is Tanzania still a good investment considering all the ups and downs that I've been through? And this is what I will honestly say is yes, indeed it is. The reason why I can be so positive and optimistic concerning Tanzania is ups and downs happen in all businesses, in all experiences. You have ups and downs in marriage, you have ups and downs, even if you have a shop, even if you're just at the corner store, you have ups and downs. So I am not going to negate the entire experience simply because I've had some ups and downs. And, as a businesswoman, I can tell you that the road to success is not like overnight. And it's just a matter of staying the course and remaining patient. So, yes, Tanzania is still a great investment. There are things that people can invest in Tanzania without necessarily owning land, without necessarily coming to Tanzania. Tanzania has one of some of the most flexible investor laws. So if you wanted to invest in the Dar es Salaam Stock Exchange, you could do that. If you wanted to invest in companies like CRDB, you could do that because there is a lot of flexibility and opportunity. But what I will say is that you have to find the legitimate people who are doing legitimate business to make those kind of investments. And also, you need to understand like what is the entire cost process. And unfortunately, that is one of the things that is not very clear. This is if you're going to come to Tanzania and invest in land and invest in property, things like that. There is nothing like to give you a good, clear understanding of the cost and time commitment that it takes to invest in Tanzania. And that's, ooh, look at the bird. Hi, birdie. Oh, yeah. So I'm underneath a coconut tree. The house is right there. Jojo! Mm-hmm. Hi, Kendra, darling. How are you? I'm just I'm just showing the camera around because I know a lot of people are, they just want to see the ocean rolling by. And since I'm sitting out here on the dock of the bay, look at that beach. That is beautiful powder sugar white sand beach, right? You can see the different colorations. If you can see that boat in the distance, let me try to zoom for you. I don't know if I could zoom on this. No, I can't. But that is a boat going by. But yes, investing in Tanzania is still a good investment. Um, I'm going to also say this that where Tanzania was lacking in my experience, Tanzania has improved and has gotten better. Okay? They've gotten better because there are people like me who are staying the course, who are speaking up, who are getting engagements and getting opportunities to speak with ministers, to speak with public officials, to voice our concerns. So, where the things that occurred 1 year, 2 year, 3 years ago, even 4 years ago, there is some improvement there. So I would say one of the reasons why I believe in Tanzania so much is number one, peace. You can't take peace. Hey, where'd you come from? There's JoJo for those of y'all who miss her. Say hi, JoJo. Yeah, peace. For someone like me who comes from Kingston, well, Kingston Mabon, but Jamaica Magro. Kingston Magro. who comes from Jamaica. For a small island that Jamaica is, Jamaica can be very tumultuous. Okay? This is not to say crime doesn't happen everywhere. And this is not to not Jamaica or down Jamaica or anything. But those who know and understand that Jamaica can sometimes be not a cool place. And it's really usually is us returning Jamaicans who experience a lot of the issues. You foreigners, you visitors, you get to go and enjoy Jamaica and go back. But when we try to go back to Jamaica and settle in Jamaica and live in Jamaica, it's like, why are you back here? You must have a bag of money and, and red eye and bad mind and a lot of different kind of negativity comes into play. Okay? So I'm not knocking Jamaica. I'm just saying for the facts and the reality of the situation, for a returning Jamaican and those who are Jamaicans, you can leave your comments. Feel free to back me up here. Jojo, be careful. Yeah. So I can't take peace away from Tanzania. We can be out on this beach, out on this cliff, and we can be here and we can be at peace. You can see every single time I film, every time I'm filming on this beach, it's almost secluded. And if I am down there walking in the moonlight, no one is going to harm me. Okay? There are other places in this neighborhood. There are other places. I'm not saying Dar es Salaam is completely crime free. I'm just saying these people have a completely different mindset and a completely different agenda when it comes to living peacefully with each other. And I can't take that away from them. All right. The other thing is when it comes to religion, right? It's like there are parts of the world that if you are not 100% on board with Christianity, you don't fit. If you're not 100% on board with Islam, you don't fit. And if you are in between, somewhere in between, something must be wrong with you as a black person. Here, what I found is that the people love each other so very much. The Christians respect the Muslims. Their Muslim fathers and Christian mothers and children choose what religion they choose, and it does not become a thing that they use as a pretext to, dehumanize each other and take each other down. And I cannot say that enough. That I respect the way how they treat each other. Like the other day, I always go back to this analogy, like this incident with a boda, which is a motorcycle rider, and a guy on a bajaji. And the guy in the bajaji, which is like those little three-wheel, like a wagon thingy, right? I don't know how to describe it if you've ever seen it. But the guy with the bajaji knocked the guy off the boda, which is a motorbike, and the motorbike fell into a ditch. And in my country, that is grounds for fighting. And the bajaji driver jumps out of the bajaji, helps the boda driver out of the ditch, and they hug it out. And they're talking like "Kaka," and they had a conversation. They had a whole entire conversation. My country, we'd have been gotten to the fists already. We're not like that. Okay, so where it comes to peace and when it comes to like respect with each other and how they live with each other and their spirit of umoja and just this like respect and this cooperation for each other, I cannot take that away from them. The Tanzanian people are wonderful. Okay, when it comes to dealing with them like on a regular, like day to day, when they see a woman with a child, I've been told I haven't had the right experiences, but I think I've been here for 4 years, not 4 months, and my experiences have been nothing but supreme and superior. People have treated me kindly. People have treated me well. People have treated me with respect from the jump. Okay, and when I say that, I'm talking about just someone asking you, can I help you? Someone asking you, Is there something I can do? Someone asks, seeing you with a child in a bag and ask you, can I help you? Without an intent to say, oh, she's going to do this for me or she's going to do that for me. On that level, on that human level, on that very like small microscopic level, those are the things that make human beings human beings. Respect, kindness, and love. Everything else can be changed, right? Economics of this country can grow overnight, but if it doesn't have the respect and the kindness at the root of it, what is the purpose? What is the purpose? Because I can tell you of places in New York, places in America like New York City, with that the prosperity is there, but you could drop dead and somebody's gonna step right over you to get to work on time. Okay. Meanwhile, if your neighbor dies here, you're expected to go and show respect. You can call at work and say, my neighbor sister died. I am sorry, I'm going to be late, or I will come tomorrow. It is a part of their culture. Okay. And I know it's baffling and it's insane and it's just utterly ridiculous. But that is how they have built their community and how they build that love and they build that respect. So when it comes to investing in this country, hey, Hussein, how are you? When it comes to investing in this country, what are you looking to invest in? Are you looking to invest in the people, or are you looking to invest in, just like, okay, if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. And this like hard, fast, capitalistic kind of thing. Tanzania is a long, long, long investment. It is not a get rich quick scheme. Anyone that you see having success, their success had to start at least 5 years ago. Their success, some people's success started 10 years ago. There are people in mining. There are people in industry. Yes, I mean, crap is rough. It's rough because the infrastructure isn't there. There's a lot of infrastructure that is needed and is wanting. And that's what I would love to see the diaspora come and do, like start microfinancing companies, start things that are going to, make changes and improvements in the environment, in the culture, fill in the gaps. Like for us to get from here to there, there is a huge chasm that you have to cross where no banks can fill, where no institution can fill. And, it's just like every man for himself. Meanwhile, when you look at the United States and you look at other countries that are developing, there are small gaps in between that make a significant difference to getting from point A to point B. And yes, that means progress faster, sooner. But I'm talking about the people who have education and knowledge in finance, education and knowledge in technology. Those people will understand completely what I'm saying. And unfortunately, I'm the guy. Okay. I don't want to be the guy, but I'm the guy. I'm the guy who has the technology. I'm the guy who has the one eye in the kingdom of the blind. And that makes me have to do more than what I want to do in order to accomplish the things that I need to do. But that's the reality of it. So as far as an investment is concerned, Tanzania, oh, my bunny. Oh, can you see him? It's a white rabbit running there. Her. Yeah. So as far as an investment is concerned, Tanzania is still a good bet. It is a great bet. Google minerals available in Tanzania. Okay. Diamonds, sapphires, rubies, emeralds, you name it, it's here. Oil, gravel, sand, it's here. Just look at any one of those particular things, okay? You can look to, there's so many different things that you can look at, okay? Natural resources is here, tourism is here, opportunities are here, but it needs to be more dynamic. And how it gets more dynamic is people who have a capitalistic outlook, who have an understanding of how systems work, and who are investing in the country for the right reason. Okay? So those things combined with all of these natural resources makes Tanzania Yes, still a great bet. Yeah, I've been through it. I've been through it building that house. Y'all saw it. I've been through it with the East Africa Seaweed Company. I'm still going through it with the East Africa Seaweed Company. I have had experiences with bad actors, yes. Okay, but that is not the end all and the be all, because that is what life is about. I don't know not one single successful person who has not gone through the ups and downs and under the bridge and through the tunnel to get to where they need to be. And that is the reality of it. Okay? However, like I said at the beginning, where Tanzania is now and where Tanzania is going and where Tanzania was is not the same place. So you have to really have a broad outlook of what you're looking to do when you come. Okay? And you know, this is if you're looking for something big, large scale. If you're not looking for something large scale and you just want to make a living and you just want a nice place to come and live and visit and raise your family away from the craziness, away from the disorientation of society, away from the wild things that are happening in Western culture, away from the police brutality, away from the negative things that you hear on the news, away from the things that are happening in your kids' schools, and I don't have to spell it out for you. If you're looking for that, okay, this is a good place. You can invest in the Dar es Salaam Stock Exchange and have your little income coming in while you figure it out. You don't have to come and start a whole industry and come and try to make the mountain. You don't have to do all of that, okay? That's what I found myself in, you know, and that was the situation. That is the situation that I found myself in. And I wouldn't recommend it to anyone, but it is what it is, okay? It is my situation, is not your situation. Tanzania is still a good option, people. There is nothing or nowhere else like Tanzania in Africa. You can go to Kenya. Yes, Kenya has a lot of acceptance for the diaspora and banking and real estate and all of those basic things, but Kenya also has a lot of crime. Kenya also has a lot of things that will give you pause. You can go to South Africa, but what you will find affordable to live in, it will give you pause. South Africa is like moving to Miami or Rio de Janeiro. Okay? People, what I'm trying to say to you is, in these past years, and I'm going to wrap this up quickly because my battery is low. But in these past COVID years, there were countries that took that COVID money, for lockdown, to keep their people indoors, and to keep their keep up certain policies. Tanzania kept their doors open and they did not take a lot of that money. They didn't take the money. Okay? They didn't take the money in the beginning. Maybe at the end when the world wanted everybody vaccinated, they took some. But the debt that other countries are in, I dare you to go and Google the inflation of of countries, or cost of living in other countries, and you're going to see in Ghana, it is obnoxious and outrageous. The Gambia, Kenya, South Africa, you're going to see obnoxious inflation rates. Meanwhile, Tanzania has remained steady. And this is what I'm trying to say, is there are many things, I hope you can hear me because the wind has picked up. There are many things that you can look at to make a decision, but you're going to have for investment, but you're going to have to look at, number one, the economics. Number two, the rate of inflation. Number three, the cost of living. Number four, the quality of life. Number five, the people. Okay? The people. Those are the kind of things that you want to look at if you're going to physically pick up yourself and move to a foreign country. You want to look at all of those factors, and that's going to lead you to the decision that you're going to make. Now, I can still buy eggs, and I can buy chicken, and I can buy bread, and I can buy produce, okay, for probably a fraction of the cost that it would cost me if I was in Ghana, right, or in South Africa, because of the rate of inflation. Now, I hope I didn't speak too soon, but Tanzania has been able to hold its economy stable because, number one, it can feed itself. These people, if you go back on this channel, the very first thing what I did when I came here, I went to the supermarket and I went down the aisles and I looked at all the things that were made in Tanzania, and I was excited. The most important thing that no one ever thinks about when it comes to a country making its own food is cooking oil. If you have to import cooking oil into your country, number one, your people are going to start from the beginning when things start to get rough, because that is something you must import in order to cook. This country does not import cooking oil. We got coconut trees. I mean, coconut oil is not really a big thing, and it's getting a big thing. Like when I just came here, I couldn't find coconut oil, but for beauty products, now we can find coconut oil. It's hella expensive, but I also make my own coconut oil here and my own coconut oil for cooking. Okay, so those are some of the things you want to look at. But Tanzania itself makes its own oil. There are acres and acres and fields and hundreds of thousands of acres of sunflower. That's what they use for their cooking oil. Sunflower. So they have sunflower oil. They make their own oil. Maize, they don't import that. Avocados, they don't import that. Mangoes, they don't import that. Pineapples, they don't import that. I mean, probably wheat is the only thing that they probably mass import. Sugar, they don't import that. I mean, logically speaking, the less you have to import, the less you have to spend. And this is part of the reason why I always say, from an economics perspective, is the reason why Tanzania is not as far advanced as other places, because it's not in debt to so many other people. They can feed themselves. They don't have to go with their hat in their hand to go and get chicken or go and get fish or go and get sugar or go and get some cooking oil or see if somebody can feel sorry for them and ask and help them. You know, they don't want no parts of that. Okay, they're not in debt for the basic things. They don't have the kind of policies that are in place because they respect their people. So the quality of life, the cost of living, the access to resources. I mean, I just gave you a whole entire mouthful. If you came to Tanzania, or if you wanted to stay in America somewhere and invest in Tanzania, and you decided to invest in their sugar or their cooking oil or their rice, oh my God, the best rice I've ever had in my life. And I hate rice. The word hate is not enough to tell you how much I dislike rice. I have not eaten rice as much as I have until I came here, because the rice from Bea is sweet. It is sticky. It's just like, ooh, it's everything, right? So they've converted me into a rice eater. If you wanted to invest in rice, invest in the rice companies that are doing business here. Invest in the banking companies. Their policies are completely different to investing as an overseas investor, right? And you can be here and invest in those companies too, and make your little change, make its own little coin while you do what you want to do, while you look around and scope it out. Because to be honest with you, if you're going to make a deep dive plunge into Tanzania, you need at least 1 to 2 years to understand, number one, the country, number two, the people, and number three, where do you fit in the whole cycle of things, right? So that's a lot for you to think about. Yes, Tanzania is still worth the investment. It is an amazing country. There are amazing minerals. There are amazing resources. Religious tolerance for all, which, as some of you know, that it was religious intolerance in my own family that pretty much made me say, well, I gotta get away from here. I gotta get away from the West. Okay, so for peace of mind, yes. And the other thing I want y'all to do is come together, consolidate, form groups, network, pull together, work together. And I don't mean work together in the sense where, well, try to bully each other. I mean, work together, because we're not going to accomplish anything if we're picking each other apart, if we're trying to tear each other down, if we're trying to stab each other in the back, if we're trying to figure out how to manipulate each other. That's not going to work. Okay, what's going to work is pulling and rowing together. Yes, I agree. Tanzania is rough stuff. Okay, but again, you know, to he who much is given, much is required. I think I'm made of some pretty tough stuff myself, and you know, I'm not a fair weather person. I'm at this beach, whether this beach is rough or this beach is calm, or it's beautiful out here, or there's taka taka. I'm out here. Come hell or high water, I'm here. Okay? When this water comes all the way up to the cliff, I'm still here. When this water is down there and it's bright and blue and crystalline and you can see all of the fish swimming across, I'm here. Okay? I'm here. So it's going to require a certain level of maturity and a certain level of respect. It's going to require a certain level of understanding. It's going to require a certain level of maturity to know exactly what you're doing when you get out here. This is for the long haul, people. This is not a fly-by-night, pitch-by-day situation. Okay? So for those reasons, I will continue to sing and clap and stomp and dance for Tanzania. It's what I got. Okay, you don't cuss out what you got. Okay, yes, I point out problems because without speaking up, these problems do not get fixed. Okay, without speaking up and trying to find middle ground, they don't get fixed. Since I have been vocal, I have given talks at the UNDP. I've met with the World Bank. I've met with the president of Zanzibar. I've met with hundreds of people who completely understand what needs to be done and how to do it and when to do it. Okay. But what we have here in Tanzania is it cannot be replicated anywhere. There's still plenty of things here for people to do. There are many things for people to do. Okay. And if you don't want to get your hands dirty, invest in the country. Okay, I gotta go. My battery is low. Thank y'all so much for watching. If you would like to send me a message, go ahead and email me. The email address is exodusafrica1@gmail.com. That's XOTUSAfrica1@gmail.com. Or you can check the community page on here and or in the description of this video. I can't see the screen anymore. That's how low it is. But I gotta go. Okay, but I wanted to do that. Someone asked me this question if Tanzania was still worth it, and yes, it is. It is all day, every day. As long as Tanzania is attached to the African continent, it's worth it. Okay, y'all. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.